This is a video explaining the properties of the discrete time Fourier transform. The discrete time Fourier transform has around 12 properties which will be just stated without going into the proofs. Let us just recall that if x of n exists, x of ej omega exists. Similarly, if y of n exists, y of ej omega exists. Under such conditions, various properties, namely linearity, time shifting, frequency shifting, conjugation, time reversal, convolution, multiplication, differentiation in time, accumulation, frequency differentiation, and Parseval's relation for aperiodic signals are considered. Let us go on to the first property, which is termed as linearity. Linearity states if x of n and x of e exists, x of ej omega exists. Similarly, for x2, if x2 ej omega exists, which means for x1 and x2 of n, if the DTFT exists, the linearity property states x of n, a x1 of n plus b x2 of n is equal to x of ej omega plus x1 ej omega plus b x2 e power j omega. The next property is for time reversal, which is again used with one particular value of x of n. Thereby, if x of n exists, the corresponding x of ej omega exists, giving the DTFT, then the property of time reversal states x of minus n is x of e minus j omega. This is known as the time reversal property, and it has large number of applications when the signal is considered either in the clockwise direction or in the anti-clockwise direction. The next property is for time shifting. Again, here also, if x of n exists, the DTFT of x of ej omega also exists. Then we have the time shifting property is given as y of n is x of n minus nd, which is given by y of ej omega is given by x of ej omega e power minus j omega nd, where omega is actually the capital omega. The next property is the frequency shifting property, which is given by if x of n exists, x of ej omega also exists, in order to define the DTFT, thereby giving us the frequency shift property of the DTFT as y of n is equal to e power j omega cn into x of n, giving us y of ej omega is x of ej omega minus omega c. Here also capital omega is actually used. The next property is for modulation, which is given by if x of n and x of ej omega exist as a DTFT pair, then x of n cos omega naught n is going to be equal to half into e power j omega minus omega naught plus half into x e power j omega plus omega naught. The next property is for convolution, which is given for two variables x of n and h of n, whose DTFTs are respectively x of ej omega and h of ej omega. Then the convolution property states x of n convolution h of n, which is given in the time domain. In the frequency domain, it becomes x of ej omega into h of ej omega. Again, omega is the capital omega that we are usually familiar with. This particular property is a very important property for the frequency domain, because most of the convolution which is happening in the time domain is converted into simple multiplication in the frequency domain. Hence, this particular property is popularly used for applications in order to make it simpler. The next property is multiplication. Here also we assume that we have two signals x of n and y of n with the respective DTFTs as x of ej omega and y of ej omega. Then the multiplication property states x of n into y of n is going to be equal to 1 by 2 pi integral 2 pi x of e j omega y of e power j omega minus theta d theta. This is also an important property since it is considered as the dual of convolution. Next is the differentiation in time property. Here also, if x of n and x of e j omega exists as the DTFT, then the differentiation in time property states x of n minus x of n minus 1 is equivalent to 1 minus e power minus j omega x of e power minus j omega. Differentiation in frequency property states if x of n and x of e j omega exist for DTFT, then n into x of n is going to be equivalent to j into d by d omega of x of e j omega for this particular omega. Let us go on to the next property, which is the accumulation property in DTFT. What is this accumulation property? If x of n and x of e j omega exists as a DTFT pair, then the accumulation property states summation of k equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of k or x of n is equivalent to 1 by 1 minus e power minus j omega x of e j omega plus pi into x of e power j omega summation k equal to minus infinity to plus infinity delta omega minus 2 pi k, which is a version of the shifted impulse. Thus, the accumulation property converts the signal more into a summation value requiring an accumulator to store such a value. The last property is Parseval's relation, which states as before, if x of n and its DTFT pair x of e j omega exists, then n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity summation, the modulus of x of n the whole square is going to be equal to 1 by 2 pi integral minus pi to plus pi x of e power j omega, where omega is the capital omega, the whole square, d omega. This is also the capital omega. In all the slides, important modification needs to be made. Wherever there is the small omega, it needs to be corrected as the large omega. This is so because x of e j omega is generally represented for DTFT using the capital omega and not using the small omega. The references are, as usual, Oppenheim and Haken.